Hello to my Taurians. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Taurus. Hopefully you all are having a great day on today. Happy first of the month. This reading is for the 1st through the 8th of June. So hopefully you all are having a great day today, starting out this week. The moon is in Leo, so you're going where you're appreciated and not where you're tolerated. So, like I said, the moon is in Leo, right? So stop dating people that represent your shadow self. You have healed, right? That's your past life, right? People have, represent your past life. You've healed from that. You've evolved, right? So, all right, talking to you wherever Taurus is in your birth chart, not just your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, but wherever Taurus is in your birth chart. Taurus rules second house, right? It's like about material possessions, but it's also about self-worth, right? So meaning that you are money. The source is saying know your worth, know your value, and know that you are valued, right? And so you don't want people to take advantage of um, that, where people know that you're ruled by Venus, the goddess of love, pleasure, art, music, and aesthetics. So they know that things are drawn to, like everything is attracted to you. Like you have an eye for um, aesthetically pleasing things. Um, and so people, places, and things, you have an eye for things. And so people know that you have a good eye. And so people want to be, they're attracted to that, but they may be attracted to you for the wrong reasons. And so you don't want to make yourselves a target for that. So source really, I feel like somebody, spirit of discernment is starting to sharpen. That's what I'm picking up so far. So let's look at this number here. Yeah, 547, authentically you. So speak your truth. So your angels proclaim that the time has come to express something you didn't feel comfortable expressing before, to yourself and to others. This realization of self has been with you for a while now, and your angels are ready to create changes in your life to accommodate it. Reflect on what your future self would have to say to you at this very moment. What I'm picking up here so far, before I even lay your cards down, Taurus, is that somebody is really starting to see how powerful your ruling planet Venus is. I mean, just highly creative. Taurians are. Like, think of some like artists who are Taurus, and just how happy they seem to be in just that creative space. That's Venus. Venus is literally everywhere, everywhere. Music, art, fashion. I mean, just the whole earth. I mean, really, you can find beauty everywhere, in the trees, flowers. I mean, think about it. I mean, everywhere, literally, in our food, um, clothing, I mean, makeup, Venus everywhere, right? But the dark side of Venus is that it can be vain, vengeful, green with envy. And so you can see what it has done to some people um, when people are not authentically themselves. You can see what it has done to some people when they feel like they are not operating in their authentic selves, right? But when they see other people are, you see what it does to people when they're not authentically, operating in themselves. They feel like it's their way or the highway, and they will go to any lengths to end somebody when they're not operating in their authentic self. So something about you speaking your truth is going to help you heal from something. It's going to help you heal from something. So let's see. Because something is mirroring something for you. You're seeing something that mirrors an experience that you've gone through. Something is mirroring something that you've gone through. It's very reflective. Because I feel like I said before, when you see Taurians that are operating in their spiritual gifts, like their creative gifts, they seem like they are just, I mean, thrilled, happy, like they would do it for free if they could just live off that, just doing it for free because of Venus, for real, because of their ruling planet Venus, right? So somebody's an incubus spirit, right? So check your request list again. Somebody's an incubus spirit. So, and that's what's taking over. But Angel Raphael, the healer and protector of travelers, is with you. So you may be traveling to someone. There are signs all around you. And so ask source for clarity. Somebody wants to call you, but they haven't changed. So throat chakra cleanse. And so some affirmations for throat chakra cleanse is I speak my truth with clarity and confidence. My voice matters. I communicate with honesty and compassion. I listen with patience and express my purpose. So that's a throat chakra cleanse, right? Should you double back for them, right? Somebody is not happy without you. I see you relaxing, finally relaxing. You're closing out a cycle with love, right? Sacral chakra cleanse. Yeah, so somebody feels like somebody is just not happy because they're really not operating in their creative space, right? Because you can find when you're tapped in, it doesn't really matter if you're singing, writing, reading cards, you're in your creative space. Somebody really feels like they are just happy at doing what they're doing. I mean, like you just really can't keep somebody down, when you're operating in that creative space. So so your gifts have increased. Your gifts have been increased. Listen to your intuition. Somebody met their match. First red flag, pray and meditate. Okay. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's get right into your reading. Let's get into it. So yeah. So somebody is really starting to see like people who are really happy in their creativity. Like you'll notice um, Taurus, that people who are creative, well, who have tapped into their creativity through Source, that no matter what they're creating, you can tell when people are tapped in. It's like they could just go to another place, like for real. They tapped in. Somebody's just like really, really tapped in. So let's see. Like, have you ever watched Taurus artists perform? They look like they're levitating on stage for real. Like they look like they look like they just about to float through the sky at any moment. Or if they're singing, they just sound like just something else has taken over inside we know something else source. The creator on the inside is taking over. They're just in another place. They'd have to probably go back and watch, or if it's a comedian or someone who is a painter, they may not even remember um, certain things that just took over. But on the flip side of that, when you're interacting with someone who is um, under the spell of they're operating in the flesh, the incubus spirit, and that's what I feel like your energy is shining a light on. It's like somebody could, yeah. But something has come to an end. Something has come to an end, right? But something is just overwhelmed. Something has just been overwhelming, right? For somebody, right? Something has been overwhelming for somebody's future. And something has been overwhelming for people's future as it relates to just how like somebody has an innate spiritual understanding of something now, of like how something may have been overwhelming to someone's future. Now that something is over, and two people were paid to do something by possibly somebody who felt like something was their way or the highway, playing games with people. So emotionally, I feel like a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled because you understand the power of how people will abuse money, especially if they have a lot of resources or access to it, right? How they use it to try to make a person look like they're crazy or like they had a nervous breakdown or something. So that's what source is trying to tell you is like stop dating people that represent your shadow self. You've healed. You've healed. Yeah. And stay focused. This is not somebody running away from something. This is you staying focused. Is you staying focused, and somebody who's a very quick thinker, right? Somebody who's a very quick thinker, and this is what you have in common with someone. Very quick thinker, especially when you know people are assassinating your character behind your back, right? So you have some good news. Good news, a message of some good news, right? Somebody has really been, you and somebody have really been through a nightmare, been through a complete and total nightmare. So something has been fulfilled. Yeah. A Saturn return has been fulfilled. So somebody has come out emotionally. A younger person has come out. A younger person, after all the sacrifices were made, they have come out emotionally mature. King of Cups mature. After having an encounter with a master manipulator. So, you know, two master manipulators who were just, like I said before, um, dark magician energies. So you're grateful that something is behind you. You know, you're grateful that something is behind you. So keep your vibrations high. Keep your vibrations high. Yeah. But Source wants you to really start pouring into yourselves more. Start pouring into yourselves more, because somebody is just all about work, 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 work. Right? Somebody's just all about just work, 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 work. So I do see you thriving on the other side of all of this. But Source is trying to help you see what balance looks like. So somebody had to come in contact with a dark Taurus in order to see, you know, what balance looks like. Somebody had to come in contact with a demonic Taurus to see how your lightness, you being a light, a high vibrating Taurus, how people could see, how people could feel some kind of way about Taurians, like if people have had encounters with dark Taurus. You had to, you know, how people could be so traumatized by a low vibrating Taurus that they could almost lump all Taurus in the same category, and that may not even be you. So be your authentic self, right? Here we have the Hermit card here. Yeah. So somebody's going into hermit mode, so a light can come on, and the light would be sourced from within. Obviously, all Taurians are not the same, you know, but you being your authentic self. High vibrating Taurians are really, really charismatic. I mean, just like really operating in that Venus energy, you know, that funny, like I said, that are very artistic, and someone is very gifted and talented. I mean, artistically very gifted and talented, loves music, loves arts, all of those things, and are drawn to the arts, just people in the artistic world. And that is your ruling planet Venus. If you come in contact with a dark low vibrating Taurus, yeah, y'all may have the same zodiac sign, same birthday, may have even grown up in the same area, but if they don't have access to those things, they can be, you know, very dark, very, very dark. Remember, when the moon moves through Taurus, it teaches everybody that money and flex, and replace that letter with an S, are not bad. But if it's used for evil, people could, you know, use it for evil, you know, and somebody may have had to find that out the hard way, is to create art, and those type of energies link up with people who use it for the hard way. Dark, they run in those kind of packs, because they just, for them, it's just a transaction. They run in those kind of packs. So it's saying, and somebody, you know, that's all they think about. They just, so Source is saying, I see you creating something. You creating something. Somebody could be going back to doing something that they love to do. Maybe you like to paint. Maybe you like to create art in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Draw, or something that you like to do, whether you're man, woman, it doesn't really matter. But something artistically, maybe comedy, maybe singing, maybe dance, some kind of art. Somebody is doing something authentically them, that's really tapping back into that creative side of themselves. where it's not just about work, 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 work. That's just not that's not balance for a Taurus because again, Venus, the planet Venus, you can't help it. You're just drawn to the arts just because of that. So that's what I'm seeing for you in your reading. So and that's where your personal power and your confidence is going to come from. And this moon in Leo. So that's where your personal power again and your confidence is going to come from. And some people are going to think that you're bragging or thinking that you're being arrogant because it's something that's going to come so naturally to you in terms of that artistic part because it's going to come naturally to you because of your ruling planet because of source obviously the creator gave you the gift but because also it helps because you're ruled by that particular planet. It's just something that's when you're passionate about it you connect it to everything. You literally you can get inspired by a bird, water. I mean, these cards. Your heart is in it. Like it's like you see it with your heart. Like this right here, your intuition, you see it with your like you have an eyeball on your heart. You just see it. So anyway, each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. Yeah, what's needed. If somebody really has a God complex, so anybody they see, you know, that's operating in their gifts, they want to just like play somebody's God, like really just stop it, like stop, and they feel like they working extra hard and they don't have access to what they'll stop their kids, their spouse, their whatever, whomever. And so sources like if that that's not you, Taurus, if that's not you, you're a high vibrating Taurus and you see it in a low vibrating Taurus, yeah, or anybody for that matter. Sources really want you to kind of sort of speak up and encourage people to operate in their gifts. That's what I'm seeing here. Somebody looks like was being sacrificed, all because like two people were being sacrificed because they were either wanting to operate in their gifts that their ancestors had sacrificed for them to have those inherited gifts, and somebody just wanted to stop that. So, but anyway, or two people wanted to stop that. But that's what I see for you, and I think that's it. All right.